Guys, so I want to do, guys. Guys, pay attention here. So what we've done here right now is which one is this? Storm or sewer? Storm. Again, on manhole 1, you're going to have the 2 pipes connecting on the upstream, okay? And we are going to have this downstream. What do you do here? Well, in here, you know that from manhole 1, you are exiting a pipe of 600 millimeters. So you draw a circle, center diameter, 0.6. You grab the quadrant of the circle, quadrant here, and you're going to place it into this downstream over here. Cool? You can delete the points, and you can also delete all the center lines. You don't need that thing. Okay? So you can delete this, you can delete that, and delete this too, and then this. Now, once you repeat the process, and you have your sanitary, it's going to look like this. Okay? Lines on top of lines. Do you see this? Looks very bad. Now what we need to do is to exaggerate vertically our drawing. So when we are dealing with profiles, because we always deal with a very long horizontal distance compared to very short vertical distance, we are talking about from -20 to 360, 380 meters vertically, and we are talking about from 308 until 323, less than 20 here, so 380 to that, so it's small. So what do? We usually exaggerate 5 times. Now the instructions are telling you that once you finish doing what I did here, you start labeling. I say don't label it yet, because when you exaggerate this by 5 times, the text is going to get exaggerated 5 times either. So as well, sorry. And then you're going to have to change all the text again. So if you leave the labeling to do after, you save yourself a lot of work. Does that make sense? So how do we exaggerate this? Check this out. I'm going to copy this here. Okay? What is this wrong? Oh, okay. Delete that. I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to convert this into a block. You can call this block whatever you want. Okay? And I'm going to say, okay. Now this is a block. Cool? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go insert, and I'm going to insert this block that I created, and I'm going to put it here. Now it's here. You see my block? This is a block. Wait, I did it wrong, sorry. You're going to insert that block in here. Actually, this insert doesn't work, so you have to type insert. Okay, that looks better. If you insert that block, now do you see here is scale? Do you see here y1? How much do you want to make this? 5. We want it 5 times bigger. So I'm going to say okay, and then I'm going to enter, and this is what I'm going to get. Okay? You see this? Yeah? So now what I'm going to do is explode. Now pay attention to this. You see this? It kind of messed up with all my numbers. If you go here and you change back to L60, it'll go back there, and then you can match properties of this with everyone. Okay? Now these ones over here, it's a little bit harder. So look what I'm going to do. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go here. I'm going to copy this one. We didn't change the scale horizontally, so they're going to fit exactly in the same place. I'm going to copy here, and I'm going to place it there. So I have this automatically done for me. Now, because I have space, I can start doing every number, right? You know what I'm saying? Oh. So not only even number, now I'm not going to change it here, so I don't waste time, but it's going to be 308, 309, 310, 311, 312, 315. Does that make sense? Now, what type of label do we put here? Pretty much, we need to label this drawing as if this one over here. I put it how I want it to be. So, for the proposed grounding here, every changing in location, remember every station that we've done it? Here, this is stations. For every station here, you're gonna draw a line and you're gonna put a text. It's gonna look like this, guys. A station, whatever, elevation, whatever, for every station that you created. You're also gonna put a leader and saying proposed ground and a leader saying existing ground. Okay? Very easy. Now, how do we deal with the manholes and everything? We need to put this information over here. So we're gonna have the name of the manhole. So for example, manhole 1, the diameter of it, every manhole is gonna be 1200 millimeters diameter, so you don't have to worry about that. What do you think this OS here is? Offspring? This is the offset. So the distance of the manhole is from the center line. Don't worry about the negative sign, okay? Just put the distance that you put in there. So if you fill this table properly, you're just gonna get this distance over here and write it in there. Sounds good?
From the center.
Now do you see here north, west, south, east? That's because of how the pipe comes out. So for example here, this is manhole 6, okay? Where is my north in this drawing? If I go to my regular UCS, my north, UCS, enter W, enter. My north is this way over here, okay? Now if I'm going this way over here, where is this pipe going?
East.
It's going east. So look what I'm gonna have in manhole 6. Manhole 6, 1200 millimeters diameter. The offset of it is 1.5, and the pipe is going east at which elevation? 313.64. 313.64 is the elevation of my downstream. Does that make sense? Where if this connects there, remember the elevation that we calculated? For me, in here, it would be 313.757 based on my numbers. That's what I would write here. Now, when I reach a manhole like this one over here, for example, check it out, manhole 5, if I go here, west, I'm gonna be typing this in elevation over here, and south, I'm gonna be typing this elevation over here. Why? Because west, the pipe is coming in, out, south, the pipe is coming out. So if I go here, I'm gonna have west, and I'm gonna have south. Does that make sense? Yeah, is it clear? Now for the pipe naming, this one you have to type, okay? So you create one, type, and then you can copy and paste. This one, the layer should be C storm profile text, okay? Now for this text over here, instead of you doing everything again, you can simply come here, copy this, okay? Place it in here, and then rotate it based on the angle of the line. So if I go here, MO enter, and I go here, and I go 177 angle, I could type here MO enter, I could change the rotation angle, rotation to 177, it's gonna get upside down, I just rotate it 180, 180, and then it follows there, and then I can place it there, without retyping it. You know what I'm talking about? And then you're gonna place the text for each manhole explained. Now, what do you think these elevations here are? Mm-hmm. So pretty much for every station, you're gonna put the proposed and the existing ground. How do you find this information? No.
You just measure it.
You can just simply, this, if I want to know in here, I draw a line here. This is going to be the elevation of my proposed. If I draw a line here, this is going to be the elevation of my existing. Pay attention though. Here, 319 to 20, it's now exaggerated 5 times. So if I measure this distance over here, it's going to be 1.9699 divided by 5 plus 319. Does that make sense? Yeah? Clear? Now, we didn't draw the existing ground to this point. Your existing ground starts from a little bit after 20, somewhere in here. How do you know what information to put here? On the Excel spreadsheet that I provided to you, do you see elevations here? Existing ground data profile. I provided you information of the station and elevation for the existing road. So you know that we have an existing road over here. So we started based on this, but how do we draw this? So I provided you the shoulder, the what else? Shoulder, edge of asphalt, center line, edge of asphalt, shoulder. So you can see that it will become a small road here. You see, here's where the car drives. Here's the shoulder, and then here you simply connect to the elevation that you have in there. Sounds good? Yeah. Once you've done this, you pretty much completed assignment 4. All the steps and everything. Again, guys, labeling, very boring. Takes a lot of time. Civil 3D is going to do everything automatically for you when you learn it. But it's a good exercise of understanding elevations and understanding how to grab it. It's a lot of time consuming. That's why I'm giving you 2 weeks to do it. I want this to look good. So don't come with here to me with this. I can't do wrong, like it doesn't matter. So make sure that your presentation looks good, okay? It's very, very important. How are we doing the layout here? We are doing 2 viewports, okay? And we are aligning the viewports with this scale over here, okay? So how do we do that? Well, I want to do UCS enter on this one over here, but I can do it based on the viewport. So check it out. If I unlock this, okay? If I unlock this thing over here, I can do UCS enter E enter. I can select this line, and I can say plan enter enter. It'll go based on this UCS. So I just go here and say 1 to 100. 1 to 1, I think. Yeah, 1 to 1, and this scale over here. Because we drew it in meters, and we are doing millimeters, so actually 1 to 1,000, the real scale for this, okay? So I put it here. I'm gonna have to move this away, okay? I put this here, I locked it, once I have the right scale. And then for this one, you can also do the same thing. UCS enter, UCS enter, E enter, select the right scale, plan, and it'll go there. Make sense or not? So not necessarily on plan, this and this needs to be on the same angle, because you're gonna do the UCS separately. Do you have to print this? No. The original instructions say yes, but I'm pretty confident that you know how to print already, so just submit it virtually. Okay? If you can submit a PDF version and the DWG, it would be nice. I'll make an announcement letting you know about everything else. Do you have any questions? Today was a heavy class, huh?
What?